back to my channel. Today we are in my living room for the Christmas decoration station because it's the Krampus book tag, so I thought this would be better than the blanket fort. Also, I can better showcase my fabulous DIY Christmas hat made with 100% pure used notebook sheet of paper, a facial cotton round glued on with the only adhesive I had available to me, aka wood glue, and colored in with a pencil highlighter. So this book tag was created by David's Book Reviews. I will link his video down below. So the first prompt is the man himself. Which fictional character would best portray the Christmas demon? So for this one, I picked the Amityville horror house. It's not really a character. Technically, it's the house, but it is really personified in the book to the point where it could be a character. Because, I mean, everyone who's associated with the Amityville house is in deep doo-doo, to say the least. So I think that is kind of the Krampus vibe. Second prompt, is that sleigh bells? Which fictional main character, which fictional character deserves to be visited by Krampus? Easy for me. Percy from The Green Mile by Stephen King. Oh my gosh. Sometimes when main characters are mean, they have like a backstory where you're kind of like, oh, maybe they had a crappy childhood, or maybe they're just acting out because they have a crush on XYZ. I don't know. You know, sometimes there's like a reason for them being mean, or like a sob story behind that or whatever. But Percy from The Green Mile, I mean, he's just a Dingledorf. And oh my gosh, no redeeming qualities whatsoever. He's just a total asswipe. Seriously, the Krampus could visit him every day and it would not be enough. For real though. Number 3, Bedtime Stories. What is a horror book that best fits the festive season? Okay, well, it's not really horror, sort of, kind of, I'm not sure. When I think of the festive season, I think of Narnia, and specifically The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for obvious reasons. I guess The White Witch is kind of a Krampus, sort of. Not really. I mean, the Krampus isn't like the opposite of Christmas, but I mean, kind of in some regards. I'm going to put it in the horror category because in the BBC version of the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is, by the way, the BBC versions of those movies are better than the newer ones, in my opinion. Plus, they have the silver chair, which was beautifully made. And long story short, there are ghosts. I love the graphics of the ghosts and like demons and all on the witches team. Also, I'm currently rereading the whole Narnia series, and I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe a few months back, and it is horrifying how poorly those books are aging. Trust me, there's like sexual allusions everywhere. Maybe that's just, I don't know. But in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, there was this one scene where Aslan, Lucy, and Susan were like rolling around, and it was a little sus the way it was described, and I'm like, you have 2 children with an adult lion rolling around in this manner, and it's like very suggestive, and I'm like, is this really a children's book? Which, for my generation, this seems right on brand, unfortunately. So, that's the horror part. Prompt number 4, Devilish Gifts. What is one strange fictional item you would like to receive from Krampus? Well, okay, I was kind of inspired by Pax Panic's response because she mentioned books from her childhood, which totally made me think of this. And I would love to get the Magic Treehouse, the time-traveling Magic Treehouse from the Magic Treehouse series, because I love history and I would love to like just go on random magical adventures back in time. There were a lot of times when I was reading those series as a kid, and obviously, you know, you have that childlike imagination, but I loved that series. I loved learning about the different times. Boy, oh boy, the Magic Tree House. Plus, I was very disappointed as a kid when we had trees in our backyard, but none of them were like treehouse trees. I don't know. That was rude. Prompt number 5. Food, glorious food. I love food. In fact, I'm filming this video before dinner and dinner is overdue, so I might have stupid answers. But the actual question is, what is one unusual food, fictional or real, you would like to eat for Christmas dinner? Vegan anything, I guess, counts as unusual food. You know what? I can't think of a food that I really want to eat for Christmas. However, I would love to eat in the style of the Great Banquet Hall from Harry Potter, where magical elves just like make the giant feast appear in front of your face out of nowhere and then 0 dishes. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then you can just like 0 prep, 0 nothing. Man, I would gain 20 pounds in one sitting. Woo! Good thing I did not get into Hogwarts, because I would be in deep doo-doo diet-wise. Okay. Fictional food. I would love to veganize a traditional Christmas dinner. Which, yeah. Number 6, home for Christmas. What is one dark and dangerous fictional location you would like to visit for Christmas? Okay, so I don't know if this one counts as dark, but it's definitely dangerous. And I'm answering this with the assumption that you're safe in this scenario. But I would love to visit Jurassic Park before it goes to deep doo-doo, as the story goes. But if I could visit Jurassic Park for like, I don't know, a few hours and then just go home and sit in bed and then read the rest of the story, that would be super cool. Number 7, location. Where would you like to travel with Krampus, and who would you like to visit with Krampus? Where would I like to travel? I feel like I'd like to go to Antarctica. That's like in real life on my bucket list. I would love to see Antarctica, but it's so expensive and it's like a commitment, you know? Anyway, so I would visit Antarctica because I feel like Krampus has access to really warm coats and stuff and boots. Who would we visit? I know. So here's what we're gonna do, okay? Krampus and I are gonna visit Santa Claus. We're gonna steal his coats, him and Mama Claus's coats, because I prefer a tapered waistline. And then we're gonna go to Antarctica and hang out. And then he's gonna take me home and we're gonna have hot chocolate. Now we're gonna have hot chocolate in Antarctica with oat milk. Side note, total side note, chocolate barley milk is the best thing ever. Number 8, second to last. Locking home. What fictional character, good or evil, would you like to see battle against Krampus? My brain thought of something just right now, which is very unusual, but the first thing that popped in my head when I heard this was a character from a book that I've never mentioned on this channel before, because it's probably one of, if not the worst book I've ever read in my life. Or I'll say the worst book reading experience, because it's this short story called not a short story, it's a short book about 100 pages or so, 120 maybe. And it's called oh my gosh, brain. It's called Ass Goblins of Auschwitz, And I forget off the top of my head who's the author, but it's a sci-fi speculative fiction retelling of concentration camps. And the concept of the book is that it's like all the characters, like the SS, the prisoners, etc., are sci-fi like creatures. The prisoners are all children, I believe. So the main ones you follow are twins, and the concept is like medical experimentations of the Nazis. And the SS commanders are all goblins. And so I would love to see Krampus fight a goblin. I would love to see Krampus win. I'm rooting for Krampus on this one. But yeah. And if you're wondering what they look like, in my head anyway, they look like, I don't know if you've ever seen the episode of Futurama where where they're like banished to the sewers and Fry goes into the water for Leela or whatever. Maddie, stop it! My roommate's cat is meowing because she wants dinner, and yeah. Anyway, it reminds me of that episode where Fry in Futurama, they're banished to the sewers and Fry goes into the water to prove his love to Leela, and he comes out like this mutant lump of flesh, and he has all those tentacles with like 1,000 eyes. Imagine him mixed with a little green goblin. Alright, and the last question is 9. Spreading the fear. What book, fiction or nonfiction, would Krampus give to Santa for Christmas, and why? Okay, so I hate to bring up 2 Stephen Kings in one video, but I have to say I think Krampus should totally gift Misery to Santa Claus, because if Santa's sleigh crashed in the middle of nowhere, I feel like honestly, Santa's sleigh could crash anywhere on the planet and there would be like 10 million bajillion people who are totally cuckoo crazy for Christmas. Probably not anywhere, but at least in the United States, I can think of some people that are obsessed with Christmas a little too much. And I think that if Santa crashed and his leg was broken and his reindeers ran off and his sleigh was KO, then he would be hosted by very creepy people and very obsessed people, and I think Krampus would totally give him that just to spook him into being like, don't crash. Don't make sure the brake lines aren't broken on your sleigh, Santa. If I was Krampus, I'd totally do that, because if you want to creep someone out, you have to do it psychologically, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Misery would be a little relatable to Santa. Alright guys, let me know down below what you thought of this video. My brain comes up with the weirdest crap sometimes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you do this tag too, because it's a fun one. Like this video if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!